gateway to the subconscious mind. But when you wake up this early, you are between theta and alpha. The mind is capable of deep and profound learning, being fully aware and focused with an effortlessly calm mind. In other words, you don't have to work as hard. You are not thinking. Just relax into the moment. Another important fact, all successful people, is when your subconscious mind is most impressionable and soaks up information like a sponge. Whatever you hear, see, or are exposed to in the first 20 minutes will affect you and set the tone for the rest of your day. This is why they meditate, listen to affirmations, and not checking their social media and emails so early. They choose consciously their tone of the day, being focused and positive and not being distracted. They choose to go to bed early and use the premature hours of each day in their own advantage. They make up a routine of waking up before the sun starts to shine and go to sleep after the sun goes down. Why do they go to bed so early? Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is where you can get the most from regenerative and deep sleep. After 2 a.m., sleep lacks the quality that you need as it becomes more superficial, chronically depriving your body of the regenerative sleep which you can enjoy between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. makes you wake up in the morning even more tired than when you went to bed. The human body is closely linked to the day and night cycle. That is why within 1 or 2 hours after sunset, your melatonin levels start to rise. This is how your body's telling you that it's time to go to bed. At midnight, melatonin levels reach their highest value, and after this, they start decreasing gradually. 10 p.m. is when your body reacts as a result of the increment in the melatonin levels. This period of transformation in your sleep cycle brings along a more intense metabolic activity. This one is responsible for the repair and restoration of the whole body. In order for this 10 p.m. reaction to take place, your body needs to slow down, which translates into reduction of your mental and physical activity. If you're still awake, there is a phenomena that takes place at this hour called second wind. This is caused by the rise in mental activity and energy that your system has at 10 p.m. Nevertheless, you can only feel what the second wind's value is truly about if you are asleep at 10 p.m. Studies show that if you go past the 10 p.m. bedtime, you'll find it more difficult to fall asleep. Also, you won't be able to enjoy refreshing sleep, which will lead to significant weariness in the morning. Small things matter, so even the simple shift in your bedtime hour from 11 p.m. to 10 p.m. can make a huge difference regarding the quality of your sleep. Moreover, there are high chances that you'll wake up in the morning feeling energized and ready to start the day. This happens because you allow your system to go through its natural neurochemistry, and you take advantage of this wave that it's on its way before 10 p.m. Moreover, your body also benefits from the metabolic changes that naturally take place as the clock ticks 10 p.m. If you are among those that usually fall asleep well past 10 p.m., you should consider changing the situation. Set up a goal to go to bed earlier by 15 to 30 minutes each week until you hit 10 p.m. bedtime goal. Early risers like Apple CEO Tim Cook, Oprah Winfrey, and Dwayne Johnson choose to greet the day at the crack of dawn because that's where motivation is created, and they don't need to ask for it. That silence of early morning hours is what helps them use their potential to the maximum. Successful people choose to use every minute available in a day because their life's purpose is higher than any other short-term pleasure or comfortable bed mattress. They instilled this habit of waking up early in their DNA because they understand how a strong and consistent routine can support a successful life. The human brain can work at its maximum potential when it doesn't have to multitask. The quality level of work is highly dependent on the level of focus. When there are no distractions and noises to disturb concentration, the brain has a great capacity to focus on certain tasks and thus generate a balanced rate between quality and work. Successful people are aware of this, and they use their alone time in the early morning to take full advantage of their brain's functioning capacity. High achievers understand that premature hours of the day allow them to make better decisions as their energy levels are at their peak. Those who live a grand life understand that early morning willpower helps them to achieve high levels of discipline. A disciplined morning guides them towards a whole day of discipline. And this is exactly what supports their successful life. The peaceful and quiet time you get before the sun rises creates the environment you need in order to take care of yourself, which doesn't happen too often during the day. It's the me time that allows you to provide yourself with everything you need in order to successfully go through the day. As soon as the alarm goes off, you're facing a bump in the road, and it's up to you to get over it or not. It's up to you to decide whether you use your time in your advantage or not. When everybody else is still dreaming and sleeping in their comfortable beds, it's your time to shine. It's your time to get out of your comfortable zone and have that well-deserved breakthrough. The early morning hours are moments where you can be ahead of things without being distracted. It's a time where you can focus and pay attention to what really matters. It's a time where you can go past those old and narrow-minded thoughts that stopped you from getting the real taste of what this life can truly be. It is all on you, and you decide how to spend your life. You decide when your day starts.
Okay. Okay, welcome everyone. So I heartily invite. Good evening, my dear.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yes. So still we have a few more minutes to start the session. So students, बीच में ही आए थे. So what I was thinking, I can show you this video again. हाँ, मैं दोबारा इसको रन करता हूँ. So maybe थोड़ा focus करना पड़ता है. So you watch it again. Huh? This is very important. This is connected to today's session. So we'll see.
Why are successful people waking up at 4 a.m. and not a different hour? What is the secret behind it? Well, they know how their brain works, and they take advantage of their brainwave states and brain chemistry. The brain produces electrical patterns, often referred to as waves. When you're first awake, your brain operates at around 10.5 waves per second. The range from 8 to 13 hertz, or cycles per second, is the alpha stage. It's been called the gateway to the subconscious mind. But when you wake up this early, you are between theta and alpha. The mind is capable of deep and profound learning, being fully aware and focused with an effortlessly calm mind. In other words, you don't have to work as hard. You are not thinking. You just relax into the moment. Another important fact known by all successful people is when you wake up, your subconscious mind is most impressionable and soaks up information like a sponge. Whatever you hear, see, or are exposed to in the first 20 minutes will affect you and set the tone for the rest of your day. This is why they meditate, listen to affirmations, and not checking their social media and emails so early. They choose consciously their tone of the day, being focused and positive and not being distracted. They choose to go to bed early and use the premature hours of each day in their own advantage. They make up a routine of waking up before the sun starts to shine and go to sleep after the sun goes down. Why do they go to bed so early? Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is where you can get the most from regenerative and deep sleep. After 2 a.m., sleep lacks the quality that you need as it becomes more superficial, chronically depriving your body of the regenerative sleep which you can enjoy between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. makes you wake up in the morning even more tired than when you went to bed. The human body is closely linked to the day and night cycle. That is why, within 1 or 2 hours after sunset, your melatonin levels start to rise. This is how your body's telling you that it's time to go to bed. At midnight, melatonin levels reach their highest value, and after this, they start decreasing gradually. 10 p.m. is when your body reacts as a result of the increment in the melatonin levels. This period of transformation in your sleep cycle brings along a more intense metabolic activity. This one is responsible for the repair and restoration of the whole body. In order for this 10 p.m. reaction to take place, your body needs to slow down, which translates into reduction of your mental and physical activity. If you're still awake, there is a phenomenon that takes place at this hour called second wind. This is caused by the rise in mental activity and energy that your system has at 10 p.m. Nevertheless, you can only feel what the second wind's value is truly about if you are asleep at 10 p.m. Studies show that if you go past the 10 p.m. bedtime, you'll find it more difficult to fall asleep. Also, you won't be able to enjoy refreshing sleep, which will lead to significant weariness in the morning. Small things matter, so even the simple shift in your bedtime hour from 11 p.m. to 10 p.m. can make a huge difference regarding the quality of your sleep. Moreover, there are high chances that you'll wake up in the morning feeling energized and ready to start the day. This happens because you allow your system to go through its natural neurochemistry and you take advantage of this wave that is on its way before 10 p.m. Moreover, your body also benefits from the metabolic changes that naturally take place as the clock ticks 10 p.m. If you are among those that usually fall asleep well past 10 p.m., you should consider changing the situation. Set up a goal to go to bed earlier by 15 to 30 minutes each week until you hit 10 p.m. bedtime goal. Early risers like Apple CEO Tim Cook, Oprah Winfrey, and Dwayne Johnson choose to greet the day at the crack of dawn because that's where motivation is created, and they don't need to ask for it. That silence of early morning hours is what helps them use their potential to the maximum. Successful people choose to use every minute available in a day because their life's purpose is higher than any other short-term pleasure or comfortable bed mattress. They instill this habit of waking up early in their DNA because they understand how a strong and consistent routine can support a successful life. The human brain can work at its maximum potential when it doesn't have to multitask. The quality level of work is highly dependent on the level of focus. When there are no distractions and noises to disturb concentration, the brain has a great capacity to focus on certain tasks and thus generate a balanced rate between quality and work. Successful people are aware of this and they use their alone time in the early morning to take full advantage of their brain's functioning capacity. High achievers understand that premature hours of the day allow them to make better decisions as their energy levels are at their peak. Those who live a grand life understand that early morning willpower helps them to achieve high levels of discipline.
Okay, so I will share the link of this video. Don't worry, all of you will have that constant video. Okay, welcome everyone. So maybe you can switch on your camera so that I can at least give see. Okay, who are present in this session. Good evening, Vidit. I can see Shashank again sitting in his room. Manav Negi in the same.
Good evening,
Good evening,
sir.
sir.
Okay, good. Vibhor and Pranav.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my dear.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Satyendra.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So I can see many.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
sir.
Good evening to all. Good evening to all. Yes, we got you.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, another good evening. Actually, now I just speak many times. So welcome all of you. So there are few changes we made it. So the first session, yes, certainly is in the second part. So first session we went lot of questions, and even more after that question. Still, I got a list of 30 more additional questions. Maybe we'll not take it in the session. So today I will target my best to cover the topic which we are running, and then we will see the question answers, or in between also we will have some question answer or discussion, little bit thought provoking, and there you can ask some question also relevant to the topic. Don't enter into Ramayana and Mahabharata immediately, otherwise this will distract the whole discussion. So, and another thing is we are keeping the video over there only because many students ask this question ki we are not able to attend at the time you have given to us, means 7:15 to 8:30 or something. So can we watch it later? Yes, and we found it. Yes, many students were watching it later. So we don't have any hurry. Means we can keep this course, this dedicated course, develop yourself course. But for the interaction and for more learning, what I suggest generally is attend the live session. Just like you people are attending right now. So iska koi comparison nahi, because here you can say good evening and good afternoon also, and you can ask directly questions, and you will be more attentive. In a recorded sessions, there's not much more learning. So I appreciate your sincerity, those of you who have been present here, and giving your precious time on this Sunday evening. तो थोड़ा ठंड भी बढ़ रहा है, so all of you take care of your health, because as soon as we will go through this course, the winter will rise and rise and rise and rise. I remember last year 13th December was the Sunday, and we started this course on that day. Means you are just running 1 week ahead of them in terms of education. But we started, I remember it was 13th December last year, and that time we started for DDUC college. But this time we have multiple colleges, different colleges, and DDUC, Bhaskacharya, Acharya Narendra Dev, and ANDC, sorry, ARSD, Ramlan Anand, a lot of colleges. And maybe all of you also belong to different colleges, if I'm not wrong. So I heartily welcome everyone again to this evening. Maybe one or student can start by giving their input, what we discussed the last time, or what you remember, what we covered the last time. Maybe 3 students can raise their hand, and they can add their inputs. Yes, Vibhor, Vidit. Yes, Vibhor, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. We talked about regarding the comparison of SQ, EQ, IQ, and PQ primarily. Then we talked about Mahabharat and Karn primarily, and then we moved about more discussions like how to tackle how meditation is useful for us and further.
Good, Vibhor. You covered, I think, 3 points. Yes, we talked about meditation, we talked about Karna, we talked about PQ, IQ, EQ, SQ. Yes, good. Yes, Shashank, what do you remember from the last class we covered? What we discussed last time?
So we discussed about character ethic and personality ethic, the difference between both of them. Some of the differences were like character ethic, it is more based on the realistic conception, while the personality ethic, it is based on imaginary conception. And character ethic is God-centered, while on the personality ethic, it is self-centered. And the last thing that I have written here is character ethic is based on helping others genuinely, while personality ethic, it is based on quick fixes.
Thank you. Such a good memory. Means I am amazed by. Means I think you have made a notes.
Yes, sir. I have made notes.
Sir.
Wonderful, Shashank. That shows your sincerity. Really appreciate. Stay connected. We'll have a lot of.
Sir, in the last
Yes, we did.
you give the links as well for the Bhagvat Gita. बस यही पॉइंट रह गया था, बाकी सब कवर कर लिया भाई लोगों ने.
Okay. So, yes, last time we gave you the link for getting the Bhagavad Gita at a very cheapest way. So all of you can, I will again post it in your chat box. So all of you please have it. So please get this one copy of Bhagavad Gita from this link, and this is very easily available. Let me again share maybe. Yep. So online, or maybe you want to get it from the YouTube, oh sorry, not Amazon or wherever, so you can go for it. Yep. Just wait. Yes, you talk about this form. Yes, if I'm not wrong, this is the same form. Yes, here from here you can have it only just maybe 200 rupees something, and you can grab this Bhagavad Gita in this month, because on 14th December, the day of Bhagavad Gita, birthday of Bhagavad Gita is coming, when the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. So this day is coming. So welcome everyone, and I will post one, what do you say, I will post this feedback form after the session. There you can fill what are the questions are there, your name, and because we will carry this name only for your certification. So maybe after watching this video, maybe a few students are watching the online. Some students were saying in the YouTube channel that yes sir, we are present. So the attendance will be marked only on the feedback form. So we got 400 feedback forms, means the reply from all of you. So we are considering them. So we will check it out by the attendance and all. So how you will going to receive the certification also. So this is the plan till this point. Okay. So let me show you what we covered last time, and let me share the slide with all of you. Then we'll proceed further for the today's discussion. Yep. Just hold. Yep. Let me share. Are you able to see my screen? Yes.
Yes, sir, it's possible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the beginning slide, and we had a discussion on the personality development. All of you gave the beautiful answer that how IQ, EQ, and all these things. And then we discussed there are two types of the personality development. One is internal plus personality development. One is external personality development. So important one is the internal because we carry it for lifelong, not just maybe few years, few months, few days, few weeks. No, we carry it for the for even in this life also, for in the next life also. And bodily, yes, we need to take care of the body, but that's one way, but not the highest way. So in this session we are discussing the mechanism of personality development, means how or what are those steps which were responsible in your life due to which you exist right now. I'm not teaching you how to modify or how to grab the people attention and attractions. That is different thing. What we are discussing here is the mechanism. Mechanism means you understand the mechanism, just like we drive the car, we drive the cycle, and we know the mechanism kya hota hai uska, then we grab the handle and then we start moving and all.
Yes,
so
sir.
there is a mechanism. We are not talking about here how fast you are running, how fast you can run, how slow you can run. There's a different way. So I am explaining on the basis of the scriptures that how you are exactly wherever you are, how you have been there. So today we will cover that thing also, and we'll go deeper a little bit. So fine, and then this is today which we will discuss, and we have not covered it last time. There are 4 types of the thoughts we will discuss, and the power of the thought, science between the body and mind, 5 factors of personality development, and more on the personality development and the cycle of that thing. Okay, good enough. Should we start? Should I continue with the first section?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There is a beautiful quote. Maybe with it I can see your camera. Can you read this quote?
Behind us and what lies before us, tiny matters compared to what lies within us. By Oliver
What lies
Wendell.
there's a quote by Oliver Wendell Holmes. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. जो हमारे अंदर lie करता है ये ज़्यादा matter करता है instead of behind us and all these things. Okay, so keeping this further, let me open the first concept, and that concept is actually the 4 type of thought. So according to biomedical science, even normally also, if I ask you how many thoughts we come across during the whole day, whole 24 hours day, what do you think? What would be the number? Yes, please answer.
Not countable, sir. Infinite भी कह सकते हैं तो not countable, sir.
Averagely, yes, certainly those people have lost their mind. They are thinking eternally, but some people are very
More
dumb.
than 1,000 thoughts.
Yes, Amrit Kaur. No, yeah, we can't hear you. No, we can't hear you.
So many thoughts, like some are positive, some are negative, some are moderate, and some are mixed kind of.
You are saying about the category of the thoughts. I am asking how many thoughts? How many thoughts? Yes, you are saying the right answer. Maybe this is the next concept.
So then it's uncountable.
Uncountable, yes, it's true. But I am asking about average. So it comes around 60,000, not 6,000, 60,000 actually. They are around 60,000, 50 to 60,000 averagely. I'm not talking about the 60,000 is a fixed number for everyone. No, those who are thinking very fast, the thoughts may be coming into their dreams also during the day. But here we are talking about the average thoughts. So generally means it's a conception by the medical science. I'm not aware how they have calculated it, but this is the average count. It comes about the 60 to 80,000 generally. 60 to 80,000 is the range for the thoughts which we come across. Okay, my dear friends. Now, if we divide these thoughts into 4 categories, just like Amrit Gaur said, that yes, we can divide them into different categories. So there are for few categories. Maybe I like to show you on the whiteboard. Let's do this exercise here. Okay, let's go with the slides only. So there are different 4 type of thought. Can you see there are 4 type of thoughts? One is the positive thoughts. second one is negative thoughts. Yes, we come across. Third category is necessary thoughts, and fourth category is wasteful thought. Okay, now there is a question to all of you. What can we give some examples for the positive thought? Can we have some example for the positive, negative, and necessary and wasteful thought? Let's do it here. So positive thoughts, maybe whatever, मतलब आपके माइंड में कोई भी थॉट आता है या मतलब कोई भी विचार आता है तो आप बता सकते हैं कि ये इस कैटेगरी के अंदर आएगा.
Sir, can I speak?
Just 1 second. Yes, I appreciate your enthusiasm today. Yes, my dear.
सर मैं मैरिज में आया हुआ हूँ सर, तो ये मैं बहुत कोने वाला कमरे में बैठा हुआ हूँ सर, मैं यहाँ पे.
क्या होता है, मैरिज में जाकर के सेशन अटेंड कर रहे हो? वंडरफुल माय डियर, वंडरफुल. ओके, यस प्लीज गिव.
सर पॉजिटिव थॉट लाइक मैं बहुत अच्छा मैंने काम किया है, अपनी थिंकिंग में चल रहा हूँ सर, और मुझे राष्ट्रपति पुरस्कार दे रहे हैं सर, ये पॉजिटिव हो गया. कुछ मेरे साथ गलत होता है और मैं सुसाइड करने का सोच रहा हूँ, वो नेगेटिव होता है सर. नेसेसरी में सर
just hold. Maybe you are feeling happy or joyful.
Yes sir.
Joyful. Okay, what is the example of negative thought?
कुछ गलत हुआ और सुसाइड करने का सोच रहा हूँ सर, इट इज नेगेटिव थॉट.
Yes, wonderful. But don't do it. Attend the marriage. Go ahead.
एंड सर नेसेसरी थॉट में सर मेरी स्टडीज चल रही हैं सर. अभी जैसे मुझे इस वेबिनार अटेंड करना था, तो मैं सोच रहा था मैं कहाँ बैठ के करूँ, तो ये नेसेसरी थॉट है. या मैं अपनी पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ सर, तो यस सर.
Okay. Can you give some example of waste?
यस सर. किसी के बारे में एक तरफा सोचना, बेमतलब का कुछ भी सोच लेना. वन साइडेड लव भी कह सकते हैं हम इसे, किसी के बारे में, और जो हमें नेसेसरी है ही नहीं उस चीज की, किसी चीज से रिलेवेंट है ही नहीं वो.
Maybe there's a glitch of internet. ये मेरी आवाज में ही है, बाकी सबका भी आ रहा है.
Sir, we can hear what you're saying.
Yes sir, I can also hear you very clearly.
So keep speaking.
Okay. फोर्थ वन सर, अननेसेसरी में मतलब वेस्ट में सर मैं अननेसेसरी को डाल दूंगा, या वन साइडेड लव हम उसे एक एग्जांपल कंसीडर कर सकते हैं. कोई मतलब ही नहीं है, रिलेवेंट नहीं किसी भी चीज से. Am I audible?
Yes.
I think sir is not in.
Bandwidth is not well, I guess.
I think sir is not in the meeting, na? Right now.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Now
नहीं मैं हूँ सामने खड़ा हूँ. एक्चुअली थोड़ी देर के लिए थोड़ा मेरा इंटरनेट चला गया था. इट कैन हैपन यार, थोड़ा टेक्निकल चीजें हैं, इट कैन हैपन. ओके यस, गुड. Oh, we lost the whiteboard. Okay, so yes, you got the idea. What are the positive thoughts and what are the negative thoughts? Let me share few more example, and you can see what was in your mind. So you can just imagine. So there are many examples of positive thoughts and negative and necessary and wasteful thoughts. And these thoughts are they come in our daily life. Okay, what are the categories? The first, you can see the positive thought: joy, love, prayerful, mercy, surrender, honesty, harmony, tolerance, enthusiasm, understanding, humility, hope, and peace. Yes. Another example of negative: anger, distress, egoism, racism, laziness, revenge, carelessness, criticism, jealousy, attachment. So these are the examples of negative thoughts. नेसेसरी थॉट्स आर दोज थॉट्स माय डियर फ्रेंड जो आपको अपनी लाइफ में करने ही होते हैं. मतलब जैसे काम हो गया, वर्क हो गया, करियर हो गया, स्टडीज हो गया, रूटीन वर्क हो गए, मे बी जैसे लाइक मे बी यू आर गोइंग टू टॉयलेट और मे बी यू आर ब्रशिंग योर टीथ. ये नेसेसरी थॉट्स है, यू कैन नॉट अवॉइड देम, यू हैव टू डू इट. सो ये नेसेसरी थॉट्स है. ओके, द लास्ट कैटेगरी इज अबाउट द वेस्टफुल थॉट. Wasteful thought means you are more worried about your past and future. कि मैंने past में ये किया, मेरे साथ या तो past में ऐसा हुआ, या फिर मैंने future में मुझे बहुत ही ज़्यादा कुछ, मतलब future past को लेकर के future के ऊपर encouraging way में ना सोचना, उसको wasteful thought कहते हैं. इसको क्योंकि यार past में मेरे साथ इतना बुरा हुआ था, मेरे साथ future में भी ऐसा बुरा होने वाला है. So that's called wasteful thought. Means just because something bad has happened in our life previously, so we are contemplating again in the same directions. Okay. So there is a question to all of you now. So you can write down in the chat box, or those friends who are watching through the YouTube, so they can answer into their chat box that what are the two categories of those out of 4 thoughts where we have to work done. हमें काम जहाँ पे करना है. इन 4 कैटेगरीज में से कौन सी वो 2 कैटेगरी है जिसके ऊपर आपको काम करना है. सो राइट डाउन इन द चैट बॉक्स.
Negative and waste.
First one is necessary and second one is positive.
I asked all of you to write down to the chat box, not to speak. So you can write down private to me, just to me. Then we will proceed further. So initially we will flow little slowly. Then gradually the theme will build up. So then you will be able to understand more. So just keep this exercise in your mind about the thought. So what are those 2 type of the thought category जिसके ऊपर हमें काम करना है. Fine.
I am not able to send you the message, sir.
Yes, sir, it is showing Romey Kumar is not in.
Showing,
Yes, sir.
that
It
you
is
are not
showing that
present in
you
the
are
meeting.
not in the meeting.
This is myth.
Sir, I am able to send.
Hey, some people, I am getting 24 messages I have received till this point. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. If it's not working, then we will manage. Don't worry. You can write down on maybe to the YouTube channel the question answers. Yes. Okay. What I am getting in my chat box is yes, the positive and the necessary. So these are the 2 categories जहाँ पे हमें काम करना है. जहाँ पे काम नहीं करना, so some students are answering that question, wasteful and negative thoughtful. So what is the wrong with the negative thought? Doctors explain this thing. Just let me give one example. Just maybe the angry. When we become angry, and this would be our next session. How to art of anger management. In the next session, we'll discuss about the anger. But just taking one example or one case study of the anger, doctors explain that once you become मतलब furiously angry on someone, मतलब हमने burst out किया अपने आप को पूरा. Maybe सबका experience रहा होगा इस चीज़ के अंदर कि हाँ ये burst out like anything. It is as good as running a 5 mile. 5 miles जितना आप दौड़ सकते हो उतना ज़्यादा एनर्जी हमने उस एक बर्स्ट के अंदर निकाल दिया. And that's work when we goes through the anger. And I'm just giving you an example of anger. The bigger problem is even enviousness. In our another course, we have even session on jealousy and enviousness. But the point here is these negative thoughts basically they act like a burning कोल और चारकोल. आपने देखा है कोई एक जलता हुआ कोई आपने स्पार्क या कोयला अपने हाथ में उठा लिया एंड यू आर थ्रोइंग इट ऑन अदर्स. सो यस सर्टेनली आप इसके ऊपर फेंक रहे हो, वो उसके ऊपर हर्ट करेगा, बट उसके हर्ट करने से पहले और मे भी ज़्यादा हर्ट किसको कर रहा है या हमें को करता है एक्चुअली. सो दैट्स वाई द नेगेटिव थॉट्स नीड टू रिमूव फ्रॉम द माइंड. Or the positive thoughts and necessary thoughts, they are to be given more time, and one should take shower into these thoughts. इसका volume कम करो. Okay, good. Okay, I think this part is much clear to all of you. Okay, now let me develop more understanding. So these are the 4 categories of the thoughts. Okay, now next point over here is about the power of thought. Just keep this in your mind. There are 4 types of the thoughts, but now let's try to understand what are the power of the thoughts. Now my dear friends, thoughts are not just the ordinary things. Thoughts are the weapon. Just let me give you an example. When you have some thought in your mind, it will result into producing an action. It will result in production of some action. Let me give an example. Maybe you had a thought ki let me have gulab jamun. So this thought has come in your mind. Now what will happen? You will start moving your body. You will go to a nearby shop, and then from there you will start purchasing, and then you will have it. So how your body is moving or how the things are working? Because of the thought was there in the mind. So once the thought is there, that can make into the actions. So this is the power of thought. And thoughts have the vibration. If you can see on the slides, thought have the vibration. Now what is the meaning of vibration? So generally, just like there are thermal vibrations or mechanical vibrations, मैकेनिकल वाइब्रेशन अगर कोई आपको चीज सेंस होती है दैट यू कैन फील इट, जस्ट लाइक अर्थक्वेक आया सो यू कैन फील इट कि ओके पंखा हिल रहा है, ओके मे बी आर ट्रैवलिंग थ्रू द कार, वो भी यू कैन फील द वाइब्रेशन ऑफ द कार. बट जब हम किसी से बात करते हैं और किसी से कन्वर्सेशन एक्सचेंज करते हैं तो उस टाइम के बीच में भी थॉट्स एक्सचेंज होते हैं, और इन थॉट्स के बीच में और जो वर्ड्स हम एक्सचेंज करते हैं इन वर्ड्स के अंदर एक वाइब्रेशन होती है, इनके अंदर एक कॉन्शियसनेस होती है. And that consciousness basically enters our subconsciousness mind. I am introducing here one word, subconsciousness mind. So what is the meaning of subconsciousness mind? Where all our thoughts, all our the vibrations which we are receiving from the environment, they got registered into our subconsciousness mind. And as the time will come, from the subconsciousness mind, as we will get the circumstances, place, time and anything, these are the thoughts which are situated in our subconsciousness mind, they will come to the consciousness mind, and once this consciousness mind will come, and then we will act actually. So this is the power of thought. The thoughts have the vibration. Maybe they are not physical in nature, maybe you cannot see them, but whenever you are interacting, you are hearing some words, they are registering into your mind, and not just mind, they are entering into your subconsciousness mind. Subconsciousness mind is more subtle than your consciousness mind. Just like right now you are conscious of this class, that you are attending this online session, or you're sitting in a Zoom or YouTube, or sitting in front of me on this class, so you are conscious. But there are many things which are present in your mind, but you are not conscious of that, and they are situated in your subconsciousness mind. Maybe you have been aware of your good friendship, जो आपको फ्रेंडशिप है 4-5 साल पुरानी कोई फ्रेंडशिप आपको याद हो, बट वो इस क्लास में आपको याद नहीं है, अभी एकदम सरफेस पे नहीं है. सो व्हाट इज प्रेजेंट ऑन द सरफेस इज योर कॉन्शियसनेस माइंड, बट व्हाट इज बीन डीप रूटेड इन आवर पर्सनैलिटी इज अवर सबकॉन्शियसनेस माइंड. एंड दिस सबकॉन्शियसनेस माइंड के अंदर डाटा कैसे फिल होता है? इट गॉट फिल्ड फ्रॉम द सिचुएशन, सर्कमस्टांसिस एंड योर सराउंडिंग्स. इन चीज़ों की वजह से आपकी सबकॉन्शियसनेस माइंड के अंदर डाटा शिफ्ट होता है. एंड माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, इट्स जस्ट द 90% हम किसी पर्सन के बारे में नहीं जानते. व्हाट वी नो ऑफ ईच अदर इज ओनली जस्ट 10%, क्योंकि वो हमें बाहर दिखाई दे रहा है. बट 90% हमें दूसरों की पर्सनैलिटी के बारे में नहीं पता होता, because we cannot access the subconsciousness mind. So this is about the vibration. Or maybe let me give you some another example. Just like, have you ever seen in your life also, whenever you met some person, they have their own aura or own vibration, क्योंकि वो जहाँ पे भी enter करेंगे, they will carry their own talks. They will maybe, just like, let me give you an example from my family life. So I have a lot of relatives from my father's side which we call बुआ, जिसको कहते हैं ना बुआ लोग. So generally my बुआ, they have this tendency, whenever they will come to home, they will criticize this relative, they have this issue, और उसकी शादी नहीं हो रही, उसका ये नहीं हो रहा. Oh God, as if they have all the headache of all the world. So they are carrying their own vibration. That's the meaning of the thoughts have the vibration. So they are carrying the vibration there with themselves and their environment, and they are spreading it towards you or whoever they will meet. Now I think now you are able to understand कि thoughts have the vibrations, and this vibration will disturb you also. मतलब आप उनसे मिलने के बाद थोड़ी देर के लिए तो डिस्टर्ब भी हो जाओगे, यार क्या हो क्या गया मतलब संसार में. But at the same time, if you met those people, those who are very 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 happy go lucky and they're very very jolly in their nature, and whenever you met them and they give you happiness, and whenever you even saw them, it gives you happiness. So that means they are carrying the positive vibrations. Vibration. Okay, is this clear? Is this concept clear? The thoughts have vibration.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So let me move to the next. So the next one is the thoughts have power of materialization. The thoughts have power of materialization means, now my dear friends, earlier I took the simple example that okay, you are going to eat the gulab jamun or of the bua and relatives. So but here is something more stronger. So when we talk about the thoughts have power of materialization, it means now the thoughts which have been in your subconsciousness mind, now they are going to emerge a life around you. Means if you have the positive thoughts which are coming in your mind, then the positive output will come many years after. And similarly, if the negative thoughts are in your mind, then the negative results will come. So that's why there is a saying. What is saying? Watch your thoughts, they will become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. And watch your habits, they become your character. And watch your character, it becomes your culture. Actually, it is from Bhagvat Gita, 2nd chapter, 62 verse. I'm not going to the Bhagavad Gita this verse today, but maybe some another time we will discuss. But the point over here is, whatever the thoughts you have in your mind, that is, they have the power of materialization. Let me give an example of Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He was sitting in America. He was a saint who went from India to West to teach the message of Bhagavad Gita in 1965 from India at the age of 70, and with just 40 rupees and nothing's big sport. So when he was sitting in America, he was sitting on a bench and one American person was sitting next to him. So this person asked him, what is your vision? And that time, Abhay Charan, means just a small word, Abhay Charan De or Swami Prabhupada, he just had few followers that time, and don't even have rent for the next month. You don't have money for that. जब उन्होंने उनसे पूछा कि आप क्या सोच रहे हो, क्या देखते हो, then he answered him कि actually I am able to see there are thousands of students who are reading Bhagavad Gita. There are thousands and thousands of festivals, books, and we have hundreds of centers for teaching Bhagavad Gita, and we have been spread it all over the world. Just only time is separating us. So the thought which was in his mind, और ये रियलिटी में हुआ 1965 के बाद 1977 में, after 10-11 years he did that. So this thought was there in his mind, and that has the power of materialization, means it will produce some results. So my dear friends, now we need to, the point of this discussion is, we need to be conscious of our thoughts. Many times we are not even conscious what type of thoughts are coming in our mind. Is it happened to you or not? Many times we are just running into the world. We are not even conscious कि हाँ मैं positive सोच रहा हूँ, negative सोच रहा हूँ. Or maybe this is our second nature कि हाँ चलता है, चलने दो, जो चल रहा है, negative आता है तो negative आता है, positive आता है. Maybe we are getting problem due to that. जो thoughts हमें आ रहे हैं, हम उसकी वजह से problem आती है. But certainly we don't have any solution, because अब से पहले हमें ये चीज़ें बताई नहीं होती, because scriptures के अंदर ये चीज़ें defined है, analysis किया गया है, but हमने उसको कभी इतनी गहराई से नहीं देखा. But that's how it works. Because generally ना, in our college education we study about the matter, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Just like I was a mechanical engineer, so we used to study about the engine. So engine is made up of what? Engine is made up of aluminium. Aluminium comes from the earth, and we run it on a fuel. Fuel is a water. It also comes from the earth. But what we are discussing here is more than our college education. College education is just restricted up to the 5 elements. There are few universities who will talk about the mind also. But here, yes, we are talking about the mind, not just mind, about the soul also. So this is the higher education. That's why Bhagavad Gita says at one point of time, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatti siddhe yattam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvata. That out of thousands people, few will come, and out of those few will understand. Yes, many will register for the course, few will come, and then out of those few will understand. Yes, that's the fact. And it's not me, it's Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, it's a fact. So you people are those out of few now, those who are trying to understand the science behind it. Okay, good. Okay, any question till this point? Am I clear about the power of thought and types of thoughts? Is this clear? Then I will proceed further. Then you have to pay more attention here.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Okay, if someone has a question, we can have 1 or 2 questions. So please raise your hand, and then we can start. Okay, I can see 2 hands. Yes, Shashank and maybe Ishita. Ishita, you can ask first.
Sir, I was asking that in the PPT it was written that attachment is a negative thought. So what kind of attachment are we talking about?
Okay, attachment due to which our mind stops working, or the attachment to our you can say inner desire to exploit that matter. Attachment to exploit maybe the resources, maybe the person, and we are so attached to some person, sometimes we forget what is right and what is wrong. And just because of that attachment to the person, one is not able to take the right decision. Let me give an example of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra was attached to Duryodhana, and due to which he was not able to take the right decision, that whether you have to give up the let the Pandavas enjoy their part and you enjoy your part. So this decision was not coming. So that's called attachment.
So one should not follow someone blindly.
Sorry.
Sir, I was saying that that means that one should not follow someone blindly. We should
Yes,
have
sir.
own thinking. That is
Yes, sir.
attachment in the negative sense.
In a negative sense, and attachment is a little more deeper here, because if you are following someone blindly, that's first stage. But after that, following that person again and again, you're just accepting his words and just getting into that thing only. And then one day you find yourself, "Arey, I can't escape from this person now." That's called now hook, जिसे कहते हैं ना, attachment is just like a hook. मतलब हुक बल गया, वो हुक से नहीं निकल रहा है. तो श्रीमद् भागवतम एक्सप्लेन हृदय ग्रंथि, दैट वो हृदय ग्रंथि है, वो नहीं ब्रेक हो रही है. एट द सेम टाइम भागवतम सेज हाउ टू ब्रेक दैट हृदय ग्रंथि बाय द नॉलेज, बाय द वेपन ऑफ द नॉलेज. उसको ज्ञान की तलवार से काटना होता है.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Every one of us have it. Don't worry, you are not the alone. Just raise the question for the benefit of everyone who will watch it or just watching. It's a benefit of everyone. So keep asking this type of question. Yes, it happens. It happens to everyone. We have an attachment to our maybe opinions. Many times we have attachment to our opinions. Yes, we have attachment to our opinions. Many times we have attachment to our favorite dish. Yes, it can happen. Maybe we have attachment to our phone. Maybe we have attachment for our laptop. Maybe we have attachment for our pen. Yes, it happens. It happens. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Okay, maybe the next
Yes, sir.
question. Yes, Shashank.
सर एक्चुअली इससे थोड़ा रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन है मेरा. सर इफ सपोज कि पास्ट में कुछ नेगेटिव एक्सपीरियंसेस हमारे लाइफ में हुए हैं, तो सर्टेन टाइम ऐसा होता है कि वो बार बार माइंड में रिप्ले होता रहता है, तो उससे बाहर निकलने का क्या तरीका है?
Okay, Shashank, I will answer this question at the end of this session, because this is a part of the discussion today. So you will get the answer. You will get the. Stay tuned. I will answer. ठीक है, Shashank? Vidit, yes, maybe last question.
So there are two questions. First one is, sir, हम जो ओवर थिंकिंग जो रहता है सर, अगर हम ये 4 टाइप ऑफ थिंकिंग में देखा जाए तो सर ओवर थिंकिंग इसी को ऑक्यूपाइड कर लेता है एक तरीके से. तो सर इन 4 चीजों के कारण ओवर थिंकिंग होती है, या ओवर थिंकिंग के कारण ये चारों चीजें हमारे साथ आती हैं? ये मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन है सर. और सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये है सर कि जब हमें पता है सर कि हमारे मन को पता है कि क्या चीज सही है क्या चीज गलत है इस एज में, पर फिर भी ऐसा क्यों होता है कि हमारा मन अपोजिट जेंडर के प्रति मतलब ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट हो जाता है? मतलब हमें पता है कि वो चीज अभी इस टाइम पे सही नहीं है, बाद में होना है जो भी है, पर फिर भी हमें पता होने के बाद भी हम ऐसा क्यों रहता है कि हमारा बार बार मन वहां ललचाने लगता है? कई बार ऐसा होता है सर.
Okay, should I answer your second question first, then the first questions? Okay, why there is attraction? Because Arjuna asked this question to Krishna, that, oh Krishna, that why I feel कि मैं forcefully I am just dragging towards the negativity. So Krishna answered this question because of there is excessive greed, lust and anger, due to which we become attracted and we forcefully do the wrong thing, or forcefully become attracted. So basically this is not something मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि वो आपको पहली बार एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है, मतलब every one of us has experienced this thing, but there is a need of knowledge here. Let me tell you, my dear friends, this is the age 18 to 25, 27 somewhere, or maybe 16 to nowadays 16, or maybe 14 I can go nowadays, because when the students enter into their college days, they have already been polluted into many wrong things. So many things बहुत गलत हो जाती है चीज़ें. And India is such a country nowadays where people are doing a lot of wrong things with child abuse, sexual harassment and everything. It can happen, और अगर हो गया किसी के साथ, it's all right, not a big issue. So why it happens? Because the sanskar is there, previous sanskar is there. So in many lives we have done, or we have practiced this thought of attraction. And if you don't believe this, then you can see even animals, they have attraction for each others. They have attraction. So when we were in the life of animals, we were being attracted to many species. So every life we have done it. So why don't you expect this thing in this life? Yes, it will happen now. But yes, now some people will answer it like this: yeah, it's natural. Okay, you go ahead, you satisfy until the point you don't feel frustrated. It's like something you are putting a ghee into the fire. Will the fire will stop? No, fire will more and more. So this is the same thing. So that philosophy is not supported by Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita gives the answers. Bhagavad Gita gives the answer. Bhagavad Gita says that that we'll cover in our discussion also. Fill your mind or your intelligence with positivity. Replace. There's only one solution. Just like there's a glass of water which is filled with mud. What you will do? Put good water, pure water, and gradually all the dust will come, all the mud will come outside, and one day this full glass will be filled with clear water. That's what we are trying to do. When we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we do meditation, we are doing this stuff. We are removing the negativity from our mind, filling our thought, filling our head with the positivity. Not just the positivity, is the highest positivity which we can have in this world or in this creation. The name of the Lord. Name of the Lord. So that's how we need to do it. Okay, what was your first question? Sorry, I forgot. That overthinking,
sir.
Overthinking.
It's related to overthinking.
So overthinking.
So sorry for disturbance, but Vidit ने जो कहा, but age factor is necessary कि attraction के लिए जो आपने age बोली, इस age में attraction is not good. So for this, what we should do?
Sorry.
विदित ने कहा कि इस मतलब विदित ने कहा अट्रैक्शन, बट इस एज में आने के लिए मतलब 14 से 26 की एज में जो अट्रैक्शन जिस टाइप का अट्रैक्शन बोला, ये अट्रैक्शन 14 से 26 की एज में नहीं होना चाहिए. तो अगर होता है, सो व्हाट शुड वी डू?
Okay, good question. How to control that impetus जो आता है mind के अंदर. Yeah, so Bhagavad Gita answer that thing. So in second chapter, ताम तितिक्षुस्य भारत मात्रा स्पष्टस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमा पाइनो नित्य ताम तितिक्षुस्य भारत. Let me show you this verse on my screen. This is second chapter, 14th verse. Just hold. I'm putting it on my website. Yeah, is it there? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो मात्रा स्पष्टस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमा पाइनो नित्य ताम तितिक्षुस्य भारत. और son of Kunti, non-permanent. Yes, it's non-permanent. Appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like appearance and disappearance of winter and summer. ये आएंगी और जाएंगी. Now what they have to do? और ये आएंगे क्यों? Sense of perception से. मतलब आइज को अच्छा लग रहा है, आइज को कुछ देखने को अच्छा लग रहा है, या फिर टच को अच्छा लग रहा है. That's why one feels attracted. तो what one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So one has to tolerate it. And another way, just tolerate is one way. Another thing is having positive engagement for your intelligence, for your senses, for your mind. And read the scriptures. This will cover in our further slides also. Sharpen your intelligence. हमारा माइंड हमें धोखा दे सकता है, बट यू नीड टू टेक द वर्क फ्रॉम द इंटेलिजेंस. इंटेलिजेंस हैज द डिसीजन मेकिंग पावर. व्हाट इज राइट, व्हाट इज रॉन्ग. माइंड विल गिव यू डिसीजन लाइक एंड डिसलाइक. मुझे अच्छा लगता है, नहीं अच्छा लगता. अच्छा क्या लग रहा है? ओके, अपोजिट सेक्स अच्छा लग रहा है. इंटेलिजेंस क्या कहेगी? अरे नहीं है अच्छा. यू विल डिस्ट्रॉय योर लाइफ आल्सो, यू विल डिस्ट्रॉय हर लाइफ आल्सो और हिज लाइफ आल्सो. So there you need to take the work from intelligence, not from the mind. Here is the problem. Yeah, when we take the decision from the mind, then we will slip. We will slip. Certainly we will slip. No one can control us. But we have to take the work from the intelligence. And when we will take the work from the intelligence, then we will able to conquer all these attractions. The false attraction basically होता कुछ नहीं है. In this age, one feels like, okay, this is something new experience. Yes, it's a new experience. Don't worry. Hold yourself. Just wait for many years, and then gradually you will see the world. एंड इट अपीयर्स वेरी 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 इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी स्टार्टिंग में बहुत अच्छा लगता है. इट्स लाइक समथिंग कि मुझे यहाँ पे चोट लग गया है और स्टार्टिंग में उसको थोड़ा स्क्रैच करते हैं ना उसको, वन स्टार्ट स्क्रैचिंग, तो स्टार्टिंग में लगता है कि हाँ अच्छा लग रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है, बट ग्रेजुअली ये बहुत बड़ा एक वो इन्फेक्शन हो जाएगा यहाँ पे. वन फील लाइक अरे ये क्या हो गया फिर बाद में. तो दिस इज अ सिमिलर केस विद द अट्रैक्शन. सो वन हैज़ टू टॉलरेट वन सेल्फ. और ये थॉट्स आएंगे बट इनको एंटरटेन नहीं करना होता. प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, थॉट आया और उसके ऊपर पहाड़ के पहाड़ बनाने स्टार्ट कर दिए. इसके ऊपर ये बनेगा, फिर ये हो जाएगा. इमेजिनेशन इज अ माइंड इज चीटिंग अस, सिंपल एज दैट. माइंड इज गिविंग अस ट्रबल नाउ. सो वन हैज़ टू कैच द माइंड नाउ. माइंड को पकड़ना पड़ेगा. नहीं अभी गलत हो रहा है, गलत सोच रहा है. तो वन हैज़ टू टेक द स्पोर्ट ऑफ द इंटेलिजेंस. एंड इंटेलिजेंस को शार्प कैसे किया जाता है? वन स्टडीज द स्क्रिप्चर. सो परचेज द भगवत गीता एंड स्टार्ट रीडिंग भगवत गीता. एंड दिस वे योर इंटेलिजेंस विल बी शार्पन. और माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपने इस एज में अपने आप को कंट्रोल कर लिया और अपने आप को बचा लिया, यू हैव मेड योर लाइफ. क्यों लोग सक्सेसफुल नहीं होते हैं या फिर क्यों लोग नहीं आगे बढ़ पाते हैं? वन ऑफ द स्ट्रॉन्ग रीजन इज दिस. पीपल स्पेंड देयर एनर्जी माइंड इन रॉन्ग थिंग्स. जहाँ पे उनको नहीं लगाना चाहिए था वहाँ पे लगाते हैं, और उसकी वजह पॉजिटिविटी में नहीं लगाते. आई टीच टू मैनी कॉलेजेस. आई टीच टू इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस, आई टीच टू medical college, and I teach in Delhi University also. I met hundreds and different students, different categories of students, and this is the challenge of many students, those who are not good in their academics. It can happen in any college. I'm not just saying कि DU के students or NSUT मतलब in one college engineering students or medical college students. It can happen to anyone. Those students who have been indulged into unwanted activities, they lack everywhere. They lack in their determination, they lack in their marks, they lack in decision making power, they lack in their project making, they lack in their relationship with their friends, relatives, everywhere. But those students who have been absorbed into their studies and into the spirituality and are able to restrain themselves for the few moment pleasure, which is not even that pleasure, it's a pain actually. So जो इससे रिस्ट्रेन होकर अपने आप को बचा लेते हैं, मे बी वो 5 मिनट की एंजॉयमेंट को चक्कर में उसको अपनी इंटेलिजेंस को लगाना पड़ा, उससे अगर अपने आप को वापस लेके आ जाता है और बचा करके अच्छी जगह पे लगाता है. दे आर द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर डिटरमिन्ड, हु आर वेल फोकस्ड, हु आर shining in their academics, getting good jobs, getting good career, getting good relationship also. They are able to run everything properly. That's what I have observed in my personal life from so many years. I mean, the point from when I was engineering boy also, from that period of time. Because obviously your mind has some capacity. If that capacity is being distributed in hundreds and thousands of different distractions, then how you will focus in your academics? Na? Simple mathematics. So thinking that mechanism, that my dear, you can teach yourself. That's like, my dear Malvika, my dear Vidit, my dear Shashank, those who have asked this question, that you are going to destroy yourself. Don't engage into that. Teach yourself, teach your mind. हमें अपने आप को ही पढ़ाना पड़ेगा. And when you will teach yourself, then we are able to conquer. Simple. Okay, for answering this question till this point, so hold yourself. Let me proceed further, and these things will come. These things will come with it. आएगा slides के अंदर, and then we'll cover it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, there are a few more questions. Honey, I will take your question. Why thoughts are power to materialize things? Why thoughts are power to realize things? Because once, honey, because the thought is there, then you will start working on it. That's why it's the power of materialization. Okay, wonderful. Now I am entering little bit in here biologically. So concept 3, effect of mind on the body. Very interesting. बहुत आसान है, simple है, कोई ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है. So what is the effect of the mind on the body? Basically, when we have positive thoughts, you remember that big list, positive thoughts. So when we have positive thoughts, so these positive thoughts releases endorphins in our blood. I repeat, they releases the endorphin, or maybe I can show you this slide. Next slide. Now thoughts have an effect on your body also. अभी ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आप पॉजिटिव थॉट सोच रहे हो तो आपकी बॉडी पे कोई इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा, नेगेटिव थॉट्स सोच रहे हो तो नहीं आता है, नहीं, इट विल इफेक्ट। सो आई एम टीचिंग अब बिहाइंड इट, इसके पीछे क्या काम होता है, तो उसके बारे में बताओ, सो दैट नेक्स्ट टाइम यू विल नॉट इंडल्ज इनटू द नेगेटिव थॉट्स। ओके, गुड। So there is a hypothalamus gland, maybe you people are aware, and there is a pituitary gland. Yes. So when you think lot of positivity, when you live in a positive environment, just like joy, happy, prayerful, trustworthy, honest, polite, compassion, enthusiasm. So when you remain into the positive thoughts, basically you are putting lot of endorphins in your brain, in your system naturally. So what are they? And they will help. They act as a natural painkiller. Endorphins. नेचुरल पेन किलर है हमारी बॉडी के लिए, आपकी बॉडी ऑटोमेटिकली सेट रहेगी, आपकी बॉडी को प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी, डिजीज वगैरह नहीं लगेंगी इफ़ यू रिमेन इन द पॉजिटिविटी, पॉजिटिव थॉट्स, एंड रिड्यूसेज एफोरिया, रिलीव्स पेन एंड एवरीथिंग, एंड they control hypothalamus gland, and from the hypothalamus gland the pituitary gland, the master gland basically, and they runs the sleep patterns and everything, ये सब कुछ आगे रन करते हैं, ठीक है। बट when you live with the negative thoughts, so then negative thoughts, when we are in the negative thoughts, that time there is a release of adrenaline in your blood vessels. So adrenaline, just like maybe one simple example, maybe आप किसी हाइट को देखो, जैसे मैंने इसका थोड़ा पिक्चर लगाया, so the person is jumping from a cliff, तो when he is jumping from the cliff, अगर आप किसी हाइट को भी देखते हो, कई लोगों को डर लगता है, जैसे मुझे पर्सनली बहुत डर लगता है, अगर आप किसी बहुत हाइट से किसी चीज़ को देखते हो ना, so suddenly your heart start pumping, आपका एक्सपीरियंस रहा है या ये मेरा ही एक्सपीरियंस है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Me also.
Yes, sir, it's natural.
So why this is? The mechanism is adrenaline is released in our blood vessels, and when there is adrenaline in our blood vessel, that increases the blood pressure, and due to that rise of the blood pressure, your blood vessels shrink. Basically, वो छोटी हो जाती है, and that become the cause of your even heart diseases also. So the negative emotions, they work like that. So even there is a book by there is Saint Peter, who has written a book on the living relationships, that those relations where one feels sheltered or one feel connected to the partner, they live 10 years longer than those who don't have any security of relationships. So it's very much important to bathe ourselves every day in the positive emotions, and positive emotions. Shower yourself with the positive emotion. Now it's not just the mechanical way कि हाँ हमने अभी सुना और मतलब tomorrow we will remain in the positivity. So I will come to that part also कि हम इसके अंदर कैसे और deep जा सकते हैं. Okay. So this was the little biomedical background for understanding how the positive thoughts and negative thoughts are going to affect yourself. Believe me, when Corona came, the first wave of the Corona in 2020, August, September, somewhere in March, April, when this phase was there.
March.
Yeah, we got Corona, the first wave only. And at that time, yes, I have studied them, and I was teaching these things also. So this thing was in my mind. So if I want to remain healthy, and I have to take the help of my natural painkiller now, so I have to chant properly. I have to give 100% attention to my chanting, my mantra meditation. And believe me, it means with just maybe 2 days or 3 days, it helped a lot. It helped a lot to me. Another example, recent example, when we visited the hotel, कब गए थे? Tuesday, Wednesday. Some days ago. We visited one Vaidyaji, and he used to check us by nabs, नाड़ी होता है ना, तो उससे check कर रहे थे. So he was checking my nabs. So I went with few more my friends. तो बेसिकली मैं चेक करना चाहता हूँ मतलब बॉडी कैसी चल रही है अभी, इसको करना क्या चाहिए और कोई डिजीज़ तो नहीं चल रहा है. एंड फॉर्चुनेटली ही चेक माई बॉडी एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप कोई मेडिसिन खा रहे हो क्या? मैं कहा नहीं. कहते कोई बीमारी लग रहा है आपको? मैं कहा नहीं. Then after checking my system, and then he said, actually आपको कोई बीमारी नहीं है. You can have anything. And I was feeling, yes, good, wonderful. So why is this? Because if you normally remain happy or you normally remain in the spiritual activities, obviously your body will not be affected. अब मैं ऐसा नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि ये सबके साथ हो जाएगा, मतलब कल पता लगे मेरे से 2 साल के बाद मुझे कोई बीमारी आ रही, बट सर्टेनली इट अफेक्ट्स योर बॉडी, it affects your digestion system, it affects your neuro system, it affects your everything. So the more attentively you practice the spirituality, the more attentively you chant, it's going to help you out. Yeah, and that's what I did in during Corona period when I got कि मुझे Corona हो गया, then I was highly curious, highly aware. And now I have to put myself into the best positive zone, and the best positive zone is give the chanting to your mind. So when I was chanting every day, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, with a full focus, full attention, and it was curing me like anything. It was curing me like anything, and that's the best medicines actually in this world, Mantra meditation actually. Mantra meditation is the best medicine, even curing the normal disease also. I'm not just saying okay, paracetamol and they are the medicine for curing the even the normal disease. But there is one of my teacher. He has memorized full Bhagvat Gita, and physically is not that much strong. He has basically polio in one leg, and that polio leg also got fractured. So he has to take the stretcher with him. And when he got that fracture, so there's a lot of pain in his leg. So the devotees took him to the hospital, and the pain was such a high pain that he was not able to tolerate. And then suddenly thought come in his mind, so let me recite the Bhagavad Gita. So he started reciting the whole Bhagavad Gita in the hospital, and just within few minutes his whole attention shifted to the Bhagavad Gita verses, and he was not able to sense कि उनको pain हो भी रहा है नहीं भी हो रहा है. After 2 hours he was again in the normal conditions. So that's the benefit when you shift your consciousness to the higher platform, higher thing. Then you will not be attracted to this lower pleasurable thing. जो आप क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे थे ना कि the attraction between a boy and a girl. So basically we need to shift our consciousness, we need to shift our thoughts, we need to shift our absorption of the thoughts, awareness. हमें इसको आगे तक लेके जाना पड़ता है, and that's what spiritual activities do, spiritual things do. वो material चीज़ों से नहीं मिल पाएगी. मे बी एक मोटिवेशनल लेक्चर आपने सुन भी लिया ना, वो आधे घंटे बाद ठस हो जाएगा, वो काम नहीं कर पाएगा ज़्यादा देर तक, और उसके बाद फिर दोबारा से गलत काम कर बैठोगे, फिर दूसरे डबल डोज लगानी पड़ती है. वी कैन नॉट ओवरकम दिस ऑन द मेटेरियल प्लेटफॉर्म. ये जितने भी लोअर नेचर्स हैं हमारी, ये सिर्फ स्पिरिचुअल सॉल्यूशन से निकाल सकते हैं. And that's what scriptures talks about. Kali Santana Upanishad, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, calling out of the name of the Lord. भगवान का नाम पुकारने से actually one raises his consciousness, and once the consciousness is raised, then you cannot you will not come down. You will not come down. So that's the solution. That's the solution of many problems in our life, and that is the medical background behind. Okay, is it clear now? This section is clear about the positivity and negativity. ठीक है?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Let me move ahead little bit, and I want to show you some more slides. And this we have understood properly. Okay. Now the next concept is how to think positive. So this is very simple and small section. How to think positive? Basically, it depends on your perspective. आप कैसे किसी चीज़ों को देखते हो. So just like there is a ship in this image. So now the water around the ship is huge or is small? A huge ocean.
Very huge amount.
Now this ocean will, if the ocean will enter into the ship will sink like anything, like a Titanic. But when the water will enter into the ship, when the ship will allow, then only the water will enter into the ship, otherwise not. So this is the same thing, my dear friend. When the negativity will enter into your heart, when you yourself will allow, otherwise not. So it depends on your determination, how much you are going to getting affected, how you are going to be affected by the environment of your surrounding. Just like I mentioned the point of my relatives, my bua, they came with the negativity, talking about something wrong about my another relatives. So what is the best thing? It depends on me whether I will indulge into the discussion with them or not. It's my decision. If I say yes, और मैं भी 2-4 की लेग पुल कर रहा हूँ, मैं भी 2-4 की धज्जियाँ उड़ा देता हूँ वहाँ पे, So I am allowing myself to enter into their arena. So it depends on your determination actually, and we will discuss further how this determination will come, how the willpower will come. Okay, now this section. Now this depends on the outlook also. How do you see the things? So there is a glass of water. Maybe many of, if I ask you, okay, what you will speak about this glass? Is it half empty or half full?
Half full.
Half full.
Half full.
Half full.
So that's we call optimistic. Optimistic. Yes. So there is another exercise also. Means it's just upgrading our level of discussion. Maybe आप लोगों ने देखा होगा ये analogy बहुत लोगों से सुना होता है. So there is an empty glass now. So what you will speak about it?
Sir, filling है.
Is it filled or empty?
Sir, filled with
Filled
air.
with air.
Sir, filled it with air. Filled with air.
Okay, you are speaking. It's a filled with air. But actually, I am asking in relevance to the water. Is it filled or empty?
It's empty.
Empty.
Empty, sir.
Yeah, that's called realism. Realistic actually. That's called realistic. One is optimistic, pessimistic, and one is realistic. Okay, the full glass of water, half glass of water, but it's empty. So you need to be, yes, it's a realistic thing. You cannot say, it's always filled. No, it's not filled actually. It's empty now. It's a realistism. So it depends on the value of outlook, my dear friend. Just like there is one more story which comes in the corporate world. So there were two employees. और वो एक कंपनी में काम करते थे और उस कंपनी का बेसिकली दे हैव बिजनेस ऑफ शूज़ को सोल्ड आउट करना था. तो उन्होंने एक गांव के अंदर भेजा 2 एम्प्लॉय को, और एक गांव के अंदर जाने के बाद उन्होंने देखा कि यहाँ पे क्या स्कोप है. तो कंपनी ने रिपोर्ट मांगा कि क्या स्कोप है. तो देखा उस गांव में कोई भी जूते नहीं पहनता है. तो एक ने रिपोर्ट देके भेजा कि यहाँ पे बिजनेस करने का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है, यहाँ पे कोई जूते नहीं पहनता है, सो नो नीड टू सेंड एनीथिंग. तो एक रिपोर्ट तो ये आई. और दूसरे एम्प्लॉय ने रिपोर्ट भेजा कि एक्चुअली ट्रक्स भेज दो. क्यों? कहते यहाँ पे कोई भी नहीं पहनता है ना, सबको पहनाएंगे. सो इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ आउटलुक एक्चुअली. आप कैसे देखते हो चीज़ों को, कैसे देखते हो. आई जस्ट सपोज जनरली मैं कॉलेज में लाइव पढ़ाता था. अभी कॉलेज खुले ही नहीं, तो क्या करें, हाथ पे हाथ रख के बैठ जाएं कि चलो ठीक है, जब आएंगे स्टूडेंट्स, कभी कोरोना खुलेगा, कॉलेज खुलेंगे, लोग आएंगे और ऑडिटोरियम में जाएंगे, सब कुछ होगा. No. Start working here. Start working online. और तो ऑनलाइन से जब ऑफलाइन आएंगे तब चलता रहेगा. Now the last year I started, I was in Corona and I had a lot of fear when I was delivering this session, the second session. The course has to deliver and I was sweating like anything. And there were just maybe 10-15 students who were attending that course, in engineering course. Now after 1 year, the same day, around the same year, now 10-15 students are sitting in front of us and the 90 and 100 students are attending online. How is this possible? This is possible by constant endeavor. If I just thought कि नहीं ये चीज़ें गिरेंगी, जब ये होगा सब बैठेंगे, सब ये होगा, सब चलेगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला. ऐसा कभी परफेक्ट सिचुएशन ना आपकी लाइफ में कभी नहीं आने वाली. So it depends on your outlook. How do you see the things? Okay, is it clear? Is this concept clear? The way how to think positive basically.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me proceed further. I will take your questions. Okay, this we have already covered in our 2 types of positive thinking. True positive thinking मतलब ये हमने cover किया था last time. Character ethic and personality ethics. The simple one. इसके अंदर simple ही है, ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है. So realistic conception and ostrich मतलब ये इस तरह की personality generally लोग observe करते हैं कि where they imagine something which they are not. मतलब if you heard some motivational speech और उसके बाद आपको लगे कि अरे बाप रे मैं कुछ बन गया हूँ अभी और मैं कुछ करके रहूँगी, because actually वो आप नहीं हो, but आप उससे बड़ा कुछ सोच पा रहे हो. You are not living in a realistic world. So जनरली ऐसा तब होता है जब आपको या तो कोई घमासान वाली मूवी को किसी ने देख लिया है, कोई क्लिप्स किसी ने देख लिया है, या फिर आपने कोई मोटिवेशनल म्यूजिक सुन लिया है या क्लिप सुन लिया. बट एक्चुअली रियल वर्ल्ड में ऐसा नहीं हो रहा होता. वो टेम्परेरी वे से एक्चुअली आपको आता है, बट इट्स नॉट द परमानेंट. Okay, good. So that's the same thing which I discussed, character ethic and personality ethic. So character ethic will continue, means after year after year after year after year, not even this life, even the next life also. Personality ethic, just an imaginary conception, self-centered principle, quick fix techniques, and influencing power, strategy, manipulative, even deceptive to fake interest in the hobbies of others to get out of them when they wanted to excel. So ये सब कुछ इसके अंदर आता है. So character ethic and personality. Okay, I think we have had a discussion on this.
Sir,
So
desire किसमें include होगा?
which type of desire?
Sir, desire for anything like career or
Means ये question किस concept से related है? Means I'm not able to
sir,
connect it.
ये personality में आएगा, personality ethic में या character ethic में? Desire.
Okay, so it depends what type of and what is your motivation to pursue that career. If you want to pursue that career to have a power and bossy nature on others, or to control the people under you and suffocate them like anything, so that's into the personality ethic. I mean, you just want to show the world, let's see what I am. But at the same time, the good side is character ethic. When you see the people as a living being, and they are connected to the God in one sense, they are son of God or children of God, and here you want to help them in their career or under your supervision. That's called the character ethic actually. That's the same. The people will remain under you, don't worry. Maybe tomorrow you will go here and there. Many of you will work under someone, or at least you will become a wife, at least. So when you will be wife, you will have children. So how do you see the children? If you see the children, how I am a dictator, do as I'm saying. So that's not going to work. But when you say, oh, the Lord has sent me the children under my care, and I need to grow them properly, I need to educate them in good values. So that's called character ethics. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this works everywhere. This works everywhere. Even when you are maybe husband, maybe when you are a project coordinator, or maybe you are a team leader, you are a group head. It works everywhere. It works everywhere. Fine. Okay, good. Thank you. So next is 5 factors that mold our personality. Very important part. What are those 5 factors? They have been written over here. The first factor is, तो basically हमने ना इसके ऊपर discussion भी किया था, जिसकी वजह से हमारी personality develop होती है, change होती है. So the first factor is basically, okay, before that we need to revise the concept of subconsciousness mind. So when there is a subconsciousness mind, जिसके अंदर हमारे thoughts वगैरह register रहते हैं, और it works like a hard disk. जैसे कंप्यूटर के अंदर हार्ड डिस्क होता है ना, वहाँ से हम सारा डाटा उठाते हैं. तो ये डाटा कैसे स्टोर होता है? ये डाटा स्टोर होता है इन 5 फैक्टर्स की वजह से एक्चुअली. सो व्हाट आर दोज फैक्टर्स? द फर्स्ट फैक्टर इज सेल्फ आइडेंटिफिकेशन. Self identification is, what is self identification? The self identification basically means how you identify yourself in the society. If you identify yourself as a society, in the society, I am a Punjabi, or I am a South Indian, I am a North Indian, and you are so absorbed into this thought only कि आप जहाँ पे भी जा रहे हो, आप दुनिया को यही प्रूव कर रहे हो कि that I belong to this caste maybe, or this society maybe, I am chairman of that community, I'm this, I'm that, I'm mother, father, I'm DU student, I'm engineering student, I'm medical student, I'm IITian, और I'm boss. तो ये सारे कैटेगरीज किसके अंदर आ रही हैं? सेल्फ आइडेंटिफिकेशन. हाउ यू आइडेंटिफाई योर सेल्फ, बेसिकली आप अपने आप को कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हो, ये सारी चीज़ें इसके अंदर आती हैं. So and that's how you mold your personality. Right now, whatever you are in this world, so you are just because of your sense of identification. Just like there are some people who belong to village, they think that yes, we belong to village. So they remain in this conception only. Yeah, यार हम तो गांव से, तो गांव के रहेंगे. नहीं. You can increase yourself. You can upgrade yourself. So it depends how you identify yourself. Sometimes have you seen those students who become the monitor in the class? And they got this sense of identification as if they are the minister of the world.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's called sense of identification. That's called sense of identification.
It's a very common practice, sir.
Yeah, and that's how they identify themselves, and that will make their personality. Is this false or true? Now this is a question. Actually, you are there on this position on a temporary basis. Maybe you are a monitor for few months, for 1 year maybe. Just like class representative will be a good option. Class representative feel like, oh, baap re, as if I conquered the world. So this is called sense of identification. कि हम identify करते हैं. Actually, sense of identification should be there, but one should not get so much absorbed into that sense of identification कि अब यही सब कुछ मेरा वजूद भी है. Just like the same thing which you asked ना कि the attraction between a boy and girl. This is also sense of identification that I am a boy. Actually, you are not a boy even, or no, you are not a girl also. You are in the body of a boy and a girl. In this life, we got the body of a boy, but not that we are boy. Actually, eternally we are boy. No. Bhagavatam speaks that you change your bodies. Bhagavad Gita says that yes, you change your bodies. So this is sense of identification, and the more we absorb in this consciousness that we are body, then we will identify ourselves with the activities and the functionality of a boy, or the body of the boy, and we identify ourselves कि इससे ही मुझे enjoyment आने वाला है. And here is the problem. When we identify कि मैं body level पे ही enjoyment कर सकता हूँ, and that's how going to work out. That's the problem. Okay, that was the first factor, my dear friends. So how you identify yourself? Just like I am reading and studying in hostel from the class 9th. So when I was studying in the class 9th in a hostel, so there were students from all over the India. There were students from Manipur, they were from South India, from North India, from Rajasthan. This is the first time. Means I was in Haryana, in Kurukshetra. So and there are students from all over the country. And there was a strong identification among us also in the beginning. Just like अगर कोई किसी को एक स्टेट का मिल जाता है, and this मतलब coincidentally happened to be roommate or in the at least in the same class, कहते तू राजस्थान से है यार, मैं भी राजस्थान से हूँ, and so immediately they will build the relationships. ये होता है या नहीं होता है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, होता है.
Sense of identification. That's called false ego also somewhere, and that's called the sense of identification. ये होता है. Just like when I was in Germany, so when I was working, so जैसे ही मुझे कोई इंडियन दिखता था, अरे बाप रे, इंडियन मिल गया यार, किससे बात होगी जा करके. So this sense of identification. But we absorbed here is so much कि we identify always with this identity कि मैं हमेशा ही अपने आप को ऐसे देखता हूँ कि नहीं मैं तो सिर्फ हरियाणा वालों से ही मिलूंगा, मैं सिर्फ इंडियन से ही मिलूंगा. Oh, बाप रे, you are destroying yourself. Are you getting the point? That's called false ego. That's called मतलब class representative, मतलब class representative. वो इनसे नीचे वालों से बात नहीं होगी मतलब class representative, class का monitor, not more than that. तो वैसे में challenge आता है. So this is the first factor, my dear friend. I give a lot of time here. And the next one is past life conditioning. So according to our conditioning of the previous life, that's how our personality also develops. This is the second factor, past life conditioning. So what is that? So let me give an example. आप लोगों को किसी को पानी से डर लगता है? अगर पानी को देखते हैं तो, या फिर नाइफ को किसी को देखते हैं, या वेपन को किसी को देखते हैं, या फिर ब्लड को किसी को देखने से डर लगता है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maybe I give you 3-4 example, और मे भी कोई ना कोई आप अपनी लाइफ में कोई चीज सोचिए जिसको देखने के बाद आपको डर लगता है. Why this is happening to you? Bhagavad Gita answer this thing, and even medical science also answer this thing the same way, that due to the previous life impressions, how you have left the previous life, how you have been died in the previous life, you will be fearful of that thing. If you have died in water, then you will be fearful of the water. If someone has murdered you, then you will be fearful of the knife also, or weapons. And if you have been brutally died and in a blood, then you will be fearful of the blood. So that's called phobia. जिसको हम फोबिया कहते हैं ना. सो ये फोबिया हमारी पास्ट लाइफ से जनरेट होता है. और मे बी मैनी थिंग्स इन योर लाइफ जिनको आपने कभी देखा नहीं होगा, बट व्हेन यू सो देम द फर्स्ट टाइम यू सी कि मैंने इसको कहीं पे देखा हुआ है, या मैंने कहीं पे इस चीज को सेंस किया हुआ है. हाउ इज दैट? एंड दैट हैपेंस ड्यू टू द प्रीवियस लाइफ कंडीशनिंग. एंड दिस प्रीवियस लाइफ कंडीशनिंग रिजल्ट्स इन योर करंट पर्सनैलिटी जो हम चल रहे होते हैं उस पर्सनैलिटी पे आते हैं. तो बेसिकली प्रीवियस लाइफ कंडीशनिंग की जो होल्ड प्रीवियस लाइफ कंडीशनिंग की वजह से जो भी हमारे थॉट्स होते हैं उसकी वजह से भी हम कंटिन्यू करते हैं इस लाइफ के अंदर. ओके, आई विल टेक क्वेश्चन, जस्ट कीप योर क्वेश्चन रेडी. आई विल कमिंग. सो ओके, थर्ड फैक्टर इज अपब्रिंगिंग. सो अपब्रिंगिंग मीन्स हाउ यू हैव बीन इन योर फैमिली, इन योर चाइल्डहुड. अगर किसी की फैमिली में, मतलब आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू हैव बीन लाइक दैट, अगर किसी की फैमिली ज़्यादा क्वालसम रही है बचपन में, अगर आपने बचपन में देखा लड़ाइयाँ झगड़े देखे हैं सिर्फ, तो दैट विल आल्सो इफेक्ट योर पर्सनैलिटी. At the same time, if you have seen those families where there is a lot of love, there is a lot of emotions, there are a lot of exchanges, care take, then you will also turn out to be चेक करना इंटरनेट पे आ रहा हूँ मैं क्या चला गया ये हाँ हाँ आ रहा नहीं
आपको कंटिन्यू करना है तो उससे कर लीजिए
किससे लेके आओ फटाफट से इधर नहीं नहीं सामने मैसेज रख लो फ्रंट कैमरा ऑन करना ओके एक्चुअली ना मेरा इंटरनेट आई थिंक देयर सम एरर इन माय इंटरनेट मेरी आवाज आ रही यहाँ से आ रही
Yes, sir. We are getting your voice.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अभी आ रही
Yes, sir. We hear you.
Yes, sir.
okay wonderful let me see whether it works or not I don't know what's the challenge
So you are audible, but your video is paused. Like it's stuck.
अच्छा इस वक्त
Sir.
ओके अभी यहाँ से आवाज आ रहा है
So you are audible, but the video is still stuck. Sir, now it's fine.
that's fine
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
technical errors like anything okay good we are back so हाँ so I was covering the point of upbringing तो अगर हमारी लाइफ में अगर हमने बचपन में ऐसे देखें then our nature also turns to be like that तो वैसा ही हमारा नेचर भी बनता है बट अगर हमने बहुत लव केयरिंग इमोशंस देखे एंड वी बिकम अ गुड पर्सनैलिटी सो इट इफेक्ट्स आवर पर्सनैलिटी whoever we are in right now okay the fourth factor is your association so how you are living right now what type of association you have is the positive association negative association and is this helpful or so that's how it works I think association is very much understood and the last factor is your willpower so now willpower is that much strong power ki again the determination basically so determination will take you and will decide your personality if you are able to resist the temptation of the mind which we discussed earlier then it will help you to build your personality in a very right direction but if we are not able to say no to temptation then we are going to destroy our personality so that's how okay now important factor here out of the 5 factors if your willpower is strong then 4 other factors will become powerless that's what Vedas says that can we change our personality here yes Vedas says that yes we can change Bhagvat Geeta says yes we can change our personality how does our personality change with the increase of the willpower when we increase the willpower and how we increase the willpower when we have a knowledge when we have a gyan basically and how we get the gyan or knowledge when we study the scriptures or when we come ourselves or bring ourselves at least into the sattvic lifestyle or the mode of goodness lifestyle so there are many ways by which we bring ourselves into the sattvic lifestyle one of them is early wake up that's why I showed you this video why billionaires wake up 4 a.m. because it increases your willpower sattvic lifestyle again comes it brings the point of early wake up your food habits what kind of food habits you are having are you eating veg or non-veg or beyond that so ये सारी चीज़ें हम क्या खाते हैं इसके ऊपर बहुत डिपेंड करता है your sattvic lifestyle के ऊपर and what kind of books we read and what kind of friends we keep and what kind of joke we laugh और व्हाट काइंड ऑफ मूवीज वी वॉच, तो हम इन चीज़ों के ऊपर हमारी विल पावर और डिटर्मिनेशन बहुत बढ़ती है। सात्विक लाइफस्टाइल लेके आने से आपका विल पावर बढ़ेगा, एंड वंस द विल पावर विल बी स्ट्रॉन्ग देन ऑल अदर 4 फैक्टर्स विल नॉट वर्क सो स्ट्रॉन्ग। जो ये 4 फैक्टर्स है ना, सेल्फ आइडेंटिफिकेशन, पास्ट लाइफ कंडीशनिंग, अपब्रिंगिंग, एसोसिएशन, ये सब जीरो हो सकते हैं वंस यू हैव द स्ट्रॉन्ग विल पावर। दैट्स द पावर ऑफ स्ट्रॉन्ग विल पावर, ये लेके आना। ओके, इज दिस क्लियर? द 5 फैक्टर्स आर क्लियर, और विच फैक्टर इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट? इज ये सेक्शन क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Just I'm going, yeah.
Yes.
No. Questions I will take later on. Don't worry. Questions I will take later on. But just keep your questions in the last 15 minutes. We'll take the questions. ठीक है? So yes. Now there are many things about personality development. I'm just going to cover little fast here. How your personality, this is the flow chart of the personality development. Are you able to see on the slides?
No, sir. We can see concepts.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's eligible.
Okay, good. So pay attention, pay all of your attention. This is the cycle of your personality development. I'm going to explain something here, very very important. So my dear friends, होता क्या है? So whenever, जब भी आप किसी environment में, किसी circumstance में रहते हो, सो उस सर्कमस्टांस से ये जितने भी आइडियाज, थॉट्स होते हैं, ये आपकी मेमोरी के अंदर स्टोर होते हैं। सो द फर्स्ट इमेज यू कैन सी हेयर ऑफ द मेमोरी। आर यू एबल टू सी द फर्स्ट?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me put it like that, then it would be more easy. Okay, yes. So they have been stored like that. So जितने भी आइडिया, जितने भी सर्कमस्टांसेस, जितने भी अपब्रिंगिंग, जितने भी एसोसिएशन, जितना भी पास्ट लाइफ, इट्स लाइक द हार्डवेयर। आपने देखा कंप्यूटर के अंदर हार्ड डिस्क होता है जहाँ से हम सारे डाटा को एक्सेस कर पाते हैं। हार्ड डिस्क देखा होगा। सो हार्ड डिस्क इज लाइक दैट। तो वो सब आपके थॉट्स के अंदर रहती है, कॉन्शियस एंड सबकॉन्शियसनेस माइंड के अंदर रहती है। या फिर ये कह सकते हो कि आपके अभी हार्ड ड्राइव में है ये थॉट्स हैं, ये सारे के सारे थॉट्स हैं जो डिपॉजिटेड है। और माइंड कहाँ से एक्सेस करता है? जब भी उसको कोई फंक्शनैलिटी करनी होती है, वो उस मेमोरी से एक्सेस करेगा आप। तो जो भी डाटा आपकी मेमोरी में डाला हुआ है, ये मेमोरी से एक्सेस करके देन व्हाट इट विल ब्रिंग द नेक्स्ट स्टेप विल बी द थॉट व्हिच वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर। तो जैसे जितना आपका अगर गुड डाटा है तो गुड डाटा को प्रोसेस करके गुड थॉट्स आएंगे, बैड डाटा है, बैड मेमोरी है तो बैड थॉट्स आएंगे। ओके, देन द थॉट्स विल कम, एंड ड्यू टू दीज थॉट्स नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन? योर कॉन्शियसनेस विल बी डेवलप्ड। कॉन्शियसनेस मीन्स अभी उस थॉट को देखने के बाद आपके माइंड में क्या आता है। जस्ट लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपने बचपन में भगवत गीता देखी है घर में, मतलब जस्ट लाइक माई फादर टोट मी भगवत गीता, ओके, ही वॉज टीचिंग मी 14 चैप्टर, दिस चैप्टर, एंड ही वॉज मेकिंग मी रिसाइट ऑफ भगवत गीता वर्सेज। ओके, आफ्टर 10 years when you came across again with Bhagvat Gita, so what will come in your mind? Oh, Bhagavad Gita is a good book, my father used to teach me, let me have it. So this consciousness will come. So memory, from the memory to thought to consciousness now. And similarly, if I go a little further, consciousness to your attitude means positive attitude, negative attitude. So just suppose you have a bad thing happen to something, maybe आपने चॉकलेट के मतलब जस्ट लाइक आई हैड अ बैड थिंग विद पोमग्रेनेट, अनार के दाने होते हैं ना, मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा खा लिए थे और उसके बाद आई वॉन्ट लाइक एनीथिंग एंड इट टुक मी लॉट ऑफ ईयर्स, मतलब मे बी कुछ एक साल पहले मुझे फिर दोबारा से खाने का मन हुआ। अदरवाइज वो मेरे माइंड के अंदर इतना रजिस्टर हो गया था कि नहीं, अनार के दाने तो मतलब आई डोंट लाइक दैट, तो दिस वाज रजिस्टर्ड इन माय मेमोरी एंड इट वाज कमिंग इन माय थॉट एंड कॉन्शियसनेस एंड माय एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स द पोमग्रेनेट वाज नॉट गुड। सो ये कैसे हुआ? बिकॉज ऑफ द माय मेमोरी एंड कॉन्शियसनेस विल बी रिफ्लेक्टेड इनटू एटीट्यूड। सिमिलरली विद द भगवत गीता, if you have seen Bhagvat Gita, or that's why maybe you have registered for this course, okay, there's something on the Bhagvat Gita, I want to attend it, I want to learn it. So that comes according to your memory, according to your consciousness, according to your thoughts, and you develop some particular type of attitude. Maybe आपके कुछ friends relatives होंगे, whenever they see or hear something about Bhagavad Gita, they say कि क्या कर रहा है यार, कुछ और कर ले। Why? Because the attitude has been developed now in a wrong direction, or the consciousness is wrong, thoughts is wrong, or memory is wrong. उनके बचपन में कुछ ऐसा हुआ है जिसकी वजह से भगवत गीता रॉन्ग, उनके लिए गलत साबित हो गई है। सो दैट मीन्स द प्रॉब्लम इज अगेन विद द मेमोरी। Okay, when you have this attitude, then how it will be reflected? It will reflect it into your perception. How do you see the things? So it can come ki, okay, Bhagavad Gita is a very good book. At the same time, it can come to your mind ki, nahi, Bhagavad Gita is not a good, yeah, it's not worthy to have it. So this will produce the perception, and with the perception you develop actually your behavior. So wherever you will travel, wherever you will go, you will talk about these things only. You will talk about of this substance only. So that will develop your behavior now. It will develop your behavior, and that behavior will produce your personality. It will become your personality. Okay, now the point here is in the memory. Now we need to erase the memory, or maybe of this life, or maybe of the past life, and maybe of even during day-to-day life, because the memory is the issue. So until unless हमारी हार्ड डिस्क का डाटा रिमूव नहीं होगा या डाटा चेंज नहीं होगा, तब तक हम इसको नहीं कर पाएंगे. एंड दैट्स व्हाट आई विल डिस्कस अर्लियर आल्सो. द डाटा ऑफ द मेमोरी और द प्रेजेंट हार्ड डिस्क के अंदर जो डाटा पड़ा हुआ है, इसको निकालने का सबसे आसान तरीका होता है व्हेन यू फिल योर माइंड और हार्ड डिस्क विद मोर पॉजिटिव थॉट्स, more positive vibration. So science, even the medical science and the Vedic science, both have discovered this thing, that when our mind in the morning hours works like a blotting paper. हमने देखा blotting paper को देखा, absorb करता है जो, or maybe like a sponge is a better example, ना, sponge. So it's like a sponge. So in the morning hours the mind is like a sponge, it absorbs everything. So we need to be very careful what we do in the morning, especially when we wake up early in the morning, when we wake up 4, 5, 6, whatever time. Best is try to have 5 o'clock or 5 to 6 in between. And what you do at that time in the morning, that time goes into your subconsciousness mind. And if you bring the positivity at that period of time in the morning hours, that will enter into your mind and will change your script internally, or maybe erase even permanently also. And what how can we erase it now permanently? If we started indulging a morning में ही उठा के वो WhatsApp चेक कर रहा है, Facebook चला रहा है, या उस पर भी YouTube देख रहा है, तो उसने सुबह उठने का फायदा नहीं उठाया बेसिकली. So सुबह उठने के बाद basically you need to fill your consciousness with the positivity of the mantra meditation. So when you fill the consciousness with the positivity of the mantra meditation, then it will remove the memory, the wrong impressions. And now these impressions are not of just one life. They are the impressions of many lives, millions of lives maybe. And it depends on your determination how fast you want to cure it now. अब उसको कितनी जल्दी से निकालना चाहते हो. It depends on you now. The more vigorously or more attentively, more focused way you chant, the more it will remove the bad data from your whole memory. So let's go back to this thing. From the memory to thought. Now देखो अभी memory के अंदर positive data आ गया है. Positive data आने के बाद क्या होगा? Positive thought आएंगे. Okay, let me share one statistics. Those people who are very much addicted to watch something wrong on YouTube or internet, some wrong things. I hope you understand these words. Whenever they see the opposite sex, the same thing will come into their mind. Same thing will, because they have been addicted to watching these things. They've been addicted to watching this thing. Anywhere where they will go, any picture they will see, any person they will meet, any conversation they will go through, and this is so bad addiction that it will not even check the relativity also. Maybe this is a cousin, or maybe chacha ji or chachi ji, whatever, and that you see in the newspaper. What comes nowadays? How it works? It works like that because their memory has been filled with the wrong thoughts. So memory has to be removed. It has to be erased now. And how can we do it? Just by the spiritual solutions. Just by the spiritual solutions, strong spiritual solutions. So when we fill our mind with the stories of lordships, when we read the scriptures, especially Bhagavatam and Bhagvat Gita, when we read these scriptures, then they enter into your mind, and with this mind, when you see the world, you see something different. I know just one student today only, he was sharing with me this thing. I will not mention his name and his college, but yes, he's very good known to me. He shared to me in the morning, sir, I had a bad habit of M in my personal habits, but what to do? And he has controlled much now. अभी बहुत control हो गया, but क्या करूँ? And these thoughts come into the night. How to control them? Then I mentioned to him, read Bhagvat Gita or read Krishna book or listen some beautiful music or kirtan basically. prayerful mood. And do this whenever you feel alone or when you feel tempted, or don't contemplate on the thought. Fill your mind with something positive, and when the positive will come, then only you can restrain no to it. No to it. Another thing he has already done is shared with me. So in this way, one gets the strength also. When you share your issues with others, you already have done 50% work. So that's another thing you can do. So with whom you feel confident, with whom you feel like yes, you can continue, or you can ask him. So in this way, we should substitute. Actually, it happens in America. Let me tell you one study. In America, have you ever heard कि स्कूल के अंदर वो गन्स लेके जा रहे हैं?
Yes, sir. The gun culture.
Yes, sir. The gun culture is very much.
They start shooting the teachers and all. ये क्यों होता है पता है? They had a team. They made a team and they checked कि ये हुआ क्यों है. They find out when these boys or girls who are now in the high schools, when they were small children, they used to watch the crime scenes on the TV. टीवी के ऊपर जो सीन मूवीज चल रही हैं या कुछ गेम चल रहा है, कुछ भी चल रहा है, एंड एवरी डे दे यूज्ड टू वॉच 18 to 20,000 that type of scenes every day. Every day they used to watch that much, and in this way all these impressions were stored into their memory, and they went down the line. And in this way, whenever they अभी स्कूल में दिखता हुआ तो एज ए टीचर ने मार दिया तो क्या चीज़ आती थी, अरे हमने तो क्राइम सीन्स देखे हुए हैं, गन से वो गन उठा कर लो टीचर भी गया अभी. Like this, that's how it works. Similarly, but it can change, just like in the Ramayana, Valmiki ji was a hunter, cruel hunter, but he became a actually first class devotee. So that's how he changed his personality. Earlier he was killing the elephants and all this personality, but later on, yes, here you can see Valmiki ji, that how he earlier he was screwing them half dead and all, but now he's writing Ramayana and he's just happy here. और हिरन यहाँ पास में घूम भी रहे हैं अभी. He has changed the personality. और इस चीज़ को explain करते हैं like this. There is a volcano. So volcano is just like your inner personality. The good qualities, yes, already करती है हमारे अंदर. Now they are like a volcano. अंदर डला हुआ है, अंदर अच्छी qualities है, but it has been covered by negativity. When you increase your willpower by doing the sattvic activities, spiritual activities, then this volcano eruptions. और जो ये वाला बाहर वाला जो एरिया है, जो अभी बाहर आके निकला है, and that is your original good nature. ये जब बाहर आती है, और ये बाहर आने के बाद जब बाहर spread हो जाती है, that becomes the most fertile land. So all of us, we have the good qualities in our heart, but it has been covered with the negativity. Now we have to remove this negativity by spiritual practices, increasing the willpower, and the inert nature which is inside us, the good nature of us, yes, it's there in every one of us, it's there. Then it will come out and it will become the most fertile land. ये सबसे ज़्यादा fertile land बनने वाली है हमारी. So it can happen, and one can change even his personality. Okay, thank you all of you for joining this session. And today we discussed about how there are different types of thoughts, the willpower, the power of materialization, and how can we change our personality, the mechanism of personality development, and why we are, what kind of personality we have right now, and what are the factors, 5 factors that mold our personalities till this point. And the solution for changing our memory and our intelligence is chanting the holy name of the Lord and reading the scriptures. So this is the solution. That's the solution over here. Okay, thank you all of you. So maybe those of you have questions, they can ask their questions now, and we will see how much we can cover.
Thank you, sir.
I will try to cover as much as we can. Okay, yes, those of you question, they can raise their hand, and then you can start asking. Yes.
Sir, I was asking, can you share with us the PDF through which you are teaching, and that phrase which has translated the phrases from Bhagvat Geeta?
Okay, the content you are asking.
Yeah.
So I will share in the group, don't worry. I will share some content at least. ठीक.
Okay, sir, I have 2 doubts.
Yeah.
सर जैसे आपने बताया इसमें कि आपकी बुआ जी काफी नेगेटिविटी से भरी थी। I mean, उन्होंने बताया ये सब कंडीशन, बट अगर हम उनके साथ बात नहीं करेंगे, मतलब उनकी बात नहीं सुनेंगे, सो उन्हें काफी बुरा लगता है। तो उस नेगेटिविटी से हटने के लिए भी कई बार वो सारी बातें सुननी पड़ती है नेगेटिविटी वाली। सो उसका क्या सोल्यूशन सर, कि तूने बुरा भी ना लगे और नेगेटिविटी बातें भी ना सुननी पड़े?
इसके लिए रिफ्लेक्टिव थिंकिंग, रिफ्लेक्टिव लिसनिंग का यूज कर सकते हो। व्हेन समवन इज इमोशनली ब्रेक डाउन एंड समवन इज अप्रोचिंग यू, देन रिफ्लेक्ट बैक देयर फीलिंग। जस्ट लाइक समवन केम टू मी, कहते मेरा एग्जाम अच्छा नहीं हुआ है, ये नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ, देन हाउ कैन यू रिस्पॉन्ड बैक? आई थिंक यू आर वरीड अबाउट योर फ्यूचर, so that's reflective. He has understood my word. So it means you are worried about your future plans, your academics, your career, and he will say, yes, I am worried about it. So that this gives the idea that you have understood him or he has understood you. So in this way we should reflect back with understanding the emotion, not judging, but understanding and reflect back. So listening can be helpful to in these situations. So just like the boy is coming, then I can say to her, maybe you are worried about us. You are highly conscious about us. Yes, you will say. And generally people don't work like that. They have something serious in their mind.
Yes.
Okay, like this, but it happens in general situations. Suppose मेरा ही कोई friend आ गया और वो आके दुख शेयर कर रहा है. It's not that he always do like that, but कभी कभार लाइफ में ऐसे challenges आते हैं. Then one can use this reflective listening skill. But at the same time, but few people are always carry their aroma. I was talking in this sense. मैं उसके बारे में बता रहा था. मतलब जो लोग हमेशा से ही ऐसी चीजें कैरी करके लगते हैं, उन लोगों के लिए चैलेंज आता है. ठीक है?
ओके। एंड सेकंड सर, अगर जैसे आपने बताया कि अगर कोई अपने पास्ट लाइफ में किसी जानवर से मरे तो वो इंसेक्ट से बहुत ज्यादा डरता है, बट अगर किसी की डेथ नॉर्मल हुई है तो वो किस चीज से डरेगा? तब भी उसे डर लगता है किसी भूत वगैरह, आई मीन ऐसी चीजों से, अंधेरे से?
Actually, it's not a composition of one life, it's a composition of many life.
Okay.
It's not just one life, it's a composition of many life. And मतलब it depends on individual to individual now कि कौन कैसे, मतलब one will be fearful, but yes, one will be fearful of death क्योंकि उसका experience उसको रहा है हमेशा, death का experience रहा है, मतलब how one lives the body, उसका experience रहा है. That's why whenever we hear the word death, oh बाप रे, we feel fear. So इसका experience हम सबको हुआ है. That's why we don't want to quit this life ना, हम end नहीं करना चाहते. That means there must be a place where there is no death, and that's called the kingdom of God. And that's the goal of life. That's the goal of life. That's the goal of life also. And that's the process. When we chant, when we read, we are building our home in the spiritual world.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello. Yes, Samujal.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please go ahead. I'm not able to hear you. Okay, those who have question, they can ask the question.
सर, जैसा आपने बताया कि जो हमारे साथ आज हो रहा है, हमें लगता है कि वो कल भी, मतलब ऐसा हमारे साथ पहले भी हुआ है, ऐसा क्यों लगता है?
Sir, I have a question. Sir, it's a very strange kind of question, so please don't think of me that way. Sir, I wanted to know something actually.
Yeah, please go ahead, Samujal. I'm not able to see your question actually.
The God that Bhagavad Gita talks about, the Lord Krishna and the Lord, what is actually the God?
Sorry, question is what?
So, I wanted to ask that the Bhagavad Gita talks about God. The Bhagavad Gita talks about Lord and remembering Lord and taking His name, and that is the solution to all problems and etc. Yes,
Yeah.
like Bhagavad Gita Krishna says that remembering my name and giving me the eternal love from my devotees is the is Sanatan Dharma.
Yeah.
So, sir, what is actually the God? I wanted to know the thing that what is God actually?
What is God?
That we believe in, that we say that when we are a problem, we say, "Hey, Bhagwan, protect us," like that. So, मतलब हम बोलते हैं कि हे भगवान हमें बचा लो, जब हम खुश होते हैं तो हम बोलते हैं कि भगवान ने मेरे लिए इतना सब कुछ कर दिया, भगवान ने मेरे लिए इतना सब कुछ कर दिया। तो वो भगवान है कौन असलियत में, भगवान है क्या है? मतलब हम मंदिर में पूजा करते हैं भगवान की, हम लोग बोलते हैं कि मंदिरों में पूजा नहीं करनी चाहिए, और मतलब बहुत सारी अलग अलग चीजें होती है, और जैसे बहुत ज्यादा कॉन्ट्रोवर्सीज होती है। तो एक्चुअली में भगवान है क्या? व्हाट इज द फॉर्म ऑफ भगवान एंड व्हाट इज एक्चुअली गॉड?
God is a person like you. Just like you are a person, you have a name, you have a form, you have some favorite likes, and you like to wear something, and you like to have make friends, you have family members. So God also is the same person. So the Lord is also the same person, and the name.
Is there a way to find God? Is there a way to
Yes.
talk to them? Is there...
Yeah, that's the process which is given in the scriptures. The name of the Lord, actually, in the Kali Yuga, the name, the calling out of the name of the Lord is the process by which you can find your relationship with the Lord. Now, I mentioned कि भगवान is a person, okay, God is a person. Now, he must have some name. So and there should be some relationship with me also. अभी देखो हमारा सब दुनिया से रिलेशन है, मेरा कॉलेज से रिलेशन है, मेरे मम्मी पापा से रिलेशन है, मेरे फ्रेंड से रिलेशन है, मेरा सब चीज़ों से रिलेशन है। क्या मेरा भगवान से कोई रिलेशन है? यस है। वो कैसे है? वो कैसे आइडेंटिफाई होता है? when by chanting the name of the Lord and by calling out of the name, and gradually and there are different stages also on this path, and the more you will keep chanting, the more you will keep practicing, stay determined on this path, then the Lord helps. And there is a name of the
one
Lord.
more question.
The name of the
one
Lord.
more question.
Go ahead.
Sir, you talked about attraction. You talked about attraction to opposite sex, etc. And sir, there are two things that are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. One is attraction. One is the desires that we show, and one is the love that we possess for someone. Anything. It may be a girl. It may be a woman. It may be our wife. It may be our children. It may be our mother. It may be our father. So, what is, sir, if we talk about girl, if we talk about our love, like our wives, etc. So, what is the difference between attraction and true love?
Okay, basically, in this world, there is a reflection of real love, which is we can find out in the relationship of a mother and a child, and that too also at the time of birth. The reflection of the love is lust actually, और ये लस्ट जर्नली हम एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं। एक्चुअली हमने लव वर्ड सुना है, हमने एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया, और एक्सपीरियंस अगर किया तो जस्ट फॉर दैट मोमेंट ओनली। इट्स वेरी हार्ड इवन टू डाइजेस्ट दिस आंसर मे बी राइट नाउ कि क्या सर, क्या लव है ही नहीं इस दुनिया में? यस, एक्चुअली लव इट्स जस्ट मतलब इट लुक्स लाइक लव, जस्ट लाइक देयर इज अ आयरन एंड देयर इज अ गोल्ड, both are metal, but it appears कि yes it's a gold or what. So as you will grow in the life more, you will pass many stages, then you will get to know कि जिसको मैं प्यार समझ रहा था ना, actually वो प्यार नहीं था, it was just मतलब personal sense satisfactions. तो actually ये वो चीज़ थी।
सर तो भगवान कृष्ण को भी तो माता राधा से प्यार हुआ था, तो उसमें और हमारे में क्या डिफरेंस है?
That itself is a new chapter now, and that you will understand after completing not this course, not even the next course, not even the next course, but after that course. You need to understand few concepts for that. Then technically we will understand actually who is Krishna, who is Srimati Radharani, and what is their relationship also. Then we can understand. Just like right now we cannot understand we know, okay, director sir or principal sir or prime minister sir is there, but what is his personal life? Then you need to connect yourself with that person, then you can see his personal life also. From this distance, from our current situation, we are far from them. We are far from them, so we will not able to access that person. So how to understand a person, just like आप किसी अपने फ्रेंड के बारे में जानना चाहते हैं, so you establish that friendship first of with him, then you can understand why did he did that, उसने ऐसा काम क्यों किया, ये क्यों किया, But directly we are jumping on character of someone, that's a little early, and in this way we will not able to even understand also. So we need to wait. So but I'm sure that if you keep coming, keep connected, keep attending the session, then I make it sure that you will understand in the right direction, right way, and I will show you in the way how you can even connect yourself also, not just yes, Srimati Radharani, yes, she is the topper, and how we are also in this relationship also, how we are also as connected. So keep coming, Samujal, huh? Keep connected, stay connected, but keep chanting. This is the beginning thing which I can tell you. So keep chanting every day, 10-15 minutes. You chant.
every day actually.
So coming to regular evening sessions, also morning or evening session for the mantra meditation on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So believe me, and gradually the things will manifest. If you're really serious to understand this thing, this concept of relationship with the Lord, or what is my connection with the Lord, and what is the relationship of Srimati Radharani and Krishna and Lalita Vishakha, Asht Sakhi, and then there are Manjaris and there are what not. There are a lot of technicalities, but we'll try to explore it, and we can make it.
Okay.
Good question, Samuja. Thank you. Yes, Aman, do you have question?
Yes, sir.
Aman, please go ahead.
सर जैसा कि आपने बताया था कि जो हमारे साथ आज हो रहा है वो हमें कभी कभी लगता है कि ये हमारे साथ पहले भी हो चुका है, ऐसा क्यों होता है?
Past life conditionings, impressions which are been stored in your mind or intelligence, जो वो situation और circumstance manifest करते हैं, then you get to know कि ये तो मेरे साथ हुआ है, ये पहले recorded हुआ है कहीं ना कहीं. So ये past life conditioning की वजह से होता है.
Okay.
Yes, mantra meditation is going on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. तो आप वो वाला व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, जिस भी आप नॉर्मल उसमें हैं तो आप उसके अंदर देख सकते हैं, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप से कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं.
Actually in morning is going daily.
Yeah.
Morning is going daily.
Not daily, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Evening is that MWF, but in morning is that gone daily.
नहीं, मंडे में भी हो रहा है, मतलब मॉर्निंग में भी तीनों दिन होता है, मंडे, वेडनेसडे, फ्राइडे, तीनों दिन होता है मावी का. Okay. Good. I think we are done. How to remain consistent towards study. Make it a habit. Make it even a ritual to study in the morning hours and study at a particular period of time, particular place. Then it will become your habit. Then you will study regularly. Sir, what if we don't fear anything? Then how did we? Sorry, who is this? Divyanshi. So what if we don't fear anything? Then how? You will be fearful of losing many things. That's how it has been proved. You will be fearful of many things. Sorry. Okay, any other question? Should we end here? Okay, thank you all of you for joining today. We had a good discussion, and the next session we'll discuss about the anger management, and we'll get to know many more things about our own personality. Fine. Thank you all of you. Keep joining into the session. So you'll get a feedback form. So fill it and let me know how was the session for all of you. And then we meet on the next Sunday, same evening.